So, we talked about consistency equaling control. If you add precision to that consistency and control, then you can use what we call deliberate variability in your offensive activity. Now, part of the reason that you have to be consistent before you can exercise deliberate variability is that consistent precision allows for procedural examinability and increased efficiency. So if we just ignore this part for a second, what does procedural examinability mean? It means you can examine the punch process from start to finish, whether you're taking the step with your foot, you're rotating your foot. I like to look at it from the ground up because that's how I can teach it the most consistently. If you've noticed over the past 10 years of me teaching this to you guys, I teach it mostly the same every way because it gives me the same type of examinability. If I teach it consistently, then you hear it consistently and then you execute consistently, right? So, consistent precision allows for procedural examinability. We can break down the punch into constituent elements: the step, the rotation, the movement of the hand, the movement of the head offline, etc. The more consistent you can do that, then the more control you exercise over each part of the punch. And that's when you start to say, hey, wait a minute, if I make this small change, I can now apply this punch in different ways, in different circumstances, under different contexts, right? And that's important when you're trying to create an offensive activity, right? Regardless of what you're doing, your opponent has a say in what you do. The more information you can try to overwhelm their nervous system with, the harder it is for them to try to defend themselves against your offense. So all of this ties together. So then increased efficiency becomes the medium that we use so that all of our other attributes, whether it's power, whether it's our rote strength, whether it's our speed, whether it's our endurance, etc., all of those things last longer if you're efficient. Now, one of the parts of efficiency that people don't necessarily understand is that consistency helps and aids in efficiency. The more consistent you are, specifically the more consistently efficient, right? You see how these things are synergistic? They build on each other. The better you can do to make whatever punch you're throwing or whatever way you're moving more efficient, you can make it more consistent. And if you make it more consistent, then you understand the patterns of efficiency. Oh, the more extra movement I put into anything I'm doing, the less efficient I am, right? So these things should build upon each other.